Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the In My View podcast, everyone. And of course, you know the regular. We're going to ask persons to, subscribe, like, and share the content. And of course, drop a comment in the comment section if you have anything that you want to, share in terms of your thoughts and also your views. Because remember, this is the In My View podcast, So you're free to share your views in the comment section. Of course, I will answer to all the messages, all the comments that are being made in the comment section. I will respond to them. So this episode of the podcast, we'll be looking at Arsenal and what are their chances like, to win this upcoming Premier League title. And of course, you see the title, you know that what we're talking about is it bust, win or bust for Mikel Arteta? A lot of Arsenal fans, it's kind of like a split thing. Some fans are happy with what he's doing. Some fans are not. They needed a striker. He got a centre forward. He needed another midfielder. He got two in terms of Norgard and, of course, Zubimendi, who I think Zubimendi is a brilliant midfielder. So this is going to be Arteta's last chance for some persons to win the Premier League. Does he and his team have what it takes to overcome the first? They need to beat the current champion, the reigning champions, that's Liverpool, and of course overcome the challengers. You're looking at the challengers, Chelsea and Man City. So can they beat the pack of those four teams that you should be looking at to win the title or contend for the title? Can Arsenal win it? And the quick answer to that is, of course they can. They have the players who can win this Premier League. They have the talent level of players who can win the Premier League. It has been 3 seasons finishing second. Now they need to win. And the desperation of wanting to win can be good and it can be bad. You can be desperate to win in a situation or in a scenario where, especially in the running, that players, because they don't have that experience of winning, and the manager himself doesn't have that experience of winning the league, might make a few mistakes in the latter part of the competition. Of course, they need to look at the depth of their squad. Last season, they lost a few attacking players, and of course that derailed their title charge. So as Arteta fix what you might call now is squad depth issues. He has a lot of players in defense, so he's good in defense. He has a pretty decent, above average, a good goalkeeper, a backup goalkeeper, a keeper in Rhea, who is not a backup goalkeeper, but Rhea is the main goalkeeper. The backup goalkeeper is Kepa. Now Kepa went to Bournemouth and did an excellent job down there. So, of course, he has a depth in that goalkeeping position. When you look now at where they don't have the depth, and I think that is on the right-hand side. You might say then Trossard and Martinelli. I don't think Trossard and Martinelli would be amongst the best right wingers, or left wingers, in the competition. So you're looking at they don't have depth in terms of quality in that position to battle at the highest level. And if Martinelli is starting for you in that left-hand side position, I think then that tells you that you're lacking quality over there. Now, some Arsenal fans rate Martinelli, give them the ability to run in behind, he give them that speed, but I think Martinelli is just not good enough of a player for you to have in your starting level if you're really serious about challenging for the competition. So I think they needed to upgrade in that area. A lot of Arsenal fans will agree with me that they needed to upgrade in that position. But having a normal or a decent player in one position will not stop you from actually contending for the competition and contending for the league. And of course, to win any league, you need a strong defense and you need players who can get you goals. And of course, you need to be good at set pieces. Does Arsenal have a strong defense? Yes, they do. Are they strong in set pieces? Yes, they do. They are. Do they have a forward who can get them goals? They have invested in the man they are now calling Gyökeres, who is known for his goal scoring exploit over the past 3 seasons in Portugal. Now he needs to replicate that. He needs to be amongst the leading goal scorers in the league, because you're not getting that goal contribution that they got 2 seasons ago from Martinelli. And of course, Saka is going to give them his contribution in terms of probably 20-25 goals and assists in the league. So you need someone that is going to put the chances, that those half chances in a tight game, in the back of the net, and that's where Gyökeres comes in. I'm stealing that name. I'm using that name. Gyökeres comes in. Looking at midfield now, you have arguably the best box-to-box midfielder in the league, that is Declan Rice. And of course, Zubimendi is a pretty good, well, really, really good deep-lying playmaker, a metronome of some sort who can move the ball around. So they'll be looking for him to integrate quickly in this team and hold on that midfield. And of course, they have the depth of another pretty good defensive midfielder, also can play as a number 8, and that's Christian Norgard. He's a really good acquisition for Arsenal, astute player, a really nice cheap buy from Arsenal to get Norgard. Will be able to give, Declan Rice a rest. He'll be also able to give Zubimendi a rest, and of course he'll be starting games in between those Champions League ties. So Arsenal well equipped to win in this Premier League. Now, I think that it will be a really, really tight race. And because it's going to be such a tight race, the man in the dugout is going to be extremely important. Is Arteta able to compete with the likes of Pep? And Slot came into the league, won the league 1 year, so he has shown that he has the ability to win the league. So can Arteta compete with these managers in a long season when you're playing 63 games? Can Arteta use his players at the right time, the right tactics at the right time, the right changes at the right time? Does he have that ability? And of course, these decisions that he will be making over the next 7 to 9 months will determine if he still has a job at the end of the season. Because I believe that it's win or bust for Mikel Arteta. Will he be able to win the Premier League? Of course, he can. Will he? Stick and stay for the next episode of the In My View podcast, where I'll be giving my predictions for the English Premier League season 2025-2026. Again, like and share the podcast, everyone.